Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, GFA, Prosper Harrison-Ado, has closed a 3-day CAF Regional Club licensing workshop in Accra, urging knowledge sharing and exchange of ideas as part of efforts to improve the game in Africa. In his closing remarks to the 15-member association of CAF who participated in the workshop in Accra, the chief executive of the GFA admonished the participants to draw from the experiences of the club licensing managers across the continent to enhance their work. The 3-day workshop delved into the club licensing online platform, CLOP, which is set to become operational in the 2024-2025 season. He expressed his gratitude to the Confederation of African Football (CAF) for the opportunity to host the final leg of the workshop in
your
Ghana.
finances, improve your sporting side as well as the legal side. And so those 5 pillars, when you go through it and then you do it well, I think naturally your game improves. And so it's a very good thing that is being sent across the entire African continent. All 54 member states have gone through the training. I must say, in Ghana, we are a bit ahead because we started club licensing for a while now, and so our clubs have been doing this year in year out. It's continuous improvement, and so if you look back where we started from and now we've improved, but there's still more room for improvement. It's only an addition that CAF has brought the online system. So the club is supposed to help you do all we've been doing already online. So last year, for instance, our clubs who played in Africa, Apimda, Kwan, Dreams FC, Mediama, they went through it. They did their training for them, and then they went through it. So I know the rest of the clubs too can do it. Because, like I said, there were things they were sending to us through email. Now you don't have to send it through email. You go into the system, you load it. The licensing manager will look at it. When everything is right, you send it. Once you submit, the club licensing committee, in our case headed by Dr. Kwamba Nrakon, they will look at it because they are also on the system. They will look at it. If there are queries, there are decisions, they make the decisions. When clubs are dissatisfied, then they can appeal. And when you do that, it's also on the system. So the appeals committee, the club licensing appeals committee, they are also on the system. That's why you had Dr. Banu Aku and then the lawyer Peter Mensan also in the program. So they would also look at it and take their decision online. And so you don't have to come all the way to come and have any thing done with club license. You can sit in your office, the club office, and send things, and the FA committees can also respond online. And whilst you do all this, CAF is online and can see everything. So once, let's take Club A wins for Africa, and you do for the league, and CAF says it, then CAF can approve for you to have your license to play in the African Games. So our clubs that will qualify for Africa next year, like we did last year, would go through it, and then they will get their license. Without the license, you cannot play. And the same thing, without the license, you can't play in our league. And so this is a very important thing. And that is why we finished the regional one today, which included club licensing managers, and then the first instance body, and then the appeals body chairman from the various countries. Major things and there are minor things. There are some requirements that when you are not in compliance, you are given time to remedy and then be in full compliance. And there are some key significant areas you must not fail. Those areas, when you fail, then you will not get a license to play in the league. But I can tell you that those significant areas our clubs are already, because we've started this a long while. They are aware and they know, and so that is why sometimes if a club doesn't meet, let's say, a stadium requirement in their locality, they are permitted to move to another locality where the infrastructure or whatever is needed is available and place. So it's not stringent that you should stay in a particular town that doesn't have the meet the requirement and force yourself to play there. Otherwise, you won't get the license. So you can see that when we do the club licensing, some clubs then move to, because for instance, if you are playing in the second division, the requirement is tailored. So there are some requirements on Premier Leagues that are tailored down for Division One, and then tailored further down for Division Two. So when you are playing Division Two, you can play at a certain area. When you move to Division One, you have to up your game and maybe change some facilities in your stadium. If you cannot, then you move. The same way when you qualify from Division One to Premier, there are certain requirements. If you cannot meet it, then you move. And so it's continuous improvement. The commitment to improve and to meet the standard is what we require the most. In that respect, that is why we are very excited that Lily has come on board. We get to get some food resources for the campaign. There are equally other areas that we are pursuing other companies and corporate institutions to come on board as we build our national teams and then reignite the passion and then take the love to the level we want.
Felt honestly that from last year, the ones that struggled last year, this year, got a bit up to track, and hopefully next year it can be better. One thing that we want to encourage is that don't wait for the next year to come, because the system is open, the demo is open. You have the task to implement.
A fantastic 3-day event here in Accra, Ghana. Fantastic hospitality with the GFA in collaboration in this event. We had 15 federations of CAF. It was a culmination of a series of workshops that CAF has put in place in the last 4 weeks. Let's say it. We've been to Mauritania, Algeria, Ethiopia, and now Ghana, where we covered the 54 federations of CAF. And with one common objective across the 4 regional workshops was to engage with the different federations of CAF in relation to the implementation of club licensing. As we know, club licensing has gone online. It's a process that now is done electronically. It's a paperless procedure, which means that clubs now going into CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations Cup, and not only that, clubs also applying for a license at national level at domestic competitions, namely the Premier League, should be applying through the online platform. So interesting times, times that will be challenging, of course, but that's the role of CAF to support, to educate, to do this type of trainings and these workshops with the federations, but also with the clubs. And now tomorrow we are excited to meet with the Premier League clubs, Division 1 and Women's Premier Leagues, to also conduct a specific training on this new online platform.
In terms of resource mobilization, this online platform, how is it coming to really help bridge that?
So basically, the world has gone digital. The world now is everything about electronic systems. Everyone is nowadays moving with tablets, with phones, whichever device. So the CLOP, the CLOP, the Club Licensing Online Platform, is there to create a process where it's paperless, is fast, is reliable. Clubs from anywhere at any time, as long as they are connected from a simple device, they are connected to a 4G internet, they can submit their documentations, meaning they can submit the coaching licenses, their financial documents, their statutes, their different internal documents through the online platform, and then the GFA and CAF, we can access that from Accra. So clubs in Kumasi, clubs in Cape Coast, clubs in wherever they are based, they will now have a username, a password, where they access the system, they submit the required information to comply with the different requirements and criteria for CAF and for the Premier League. and then GFA from Accra, from GFA House, immediately they have access to it. So what are we doing? We are reducing this gap of having clubs having to transport documents in paper, having to come to Accra to submit documents, or having to submit them by email and things like that, which is now, this is the big game changer that CAF has now introduced, and we hope that this can accelerate not only the internal organization of the clubs themselves, but also the professionalization of the leagues as a whole, so that now, as I said this morning in one of the stations, we want to have clubs and not teams. Teams, all of us can have a team, we can form a team and play football, but what we're looking for in Africa right now is to differentiate and have clubs. Clubs meaning professional clubs, clubs that are well organized, well structured, and that's what club licensing is there for, to support this vision of professionalization of
This
clubs.
has made each and every participant to become groomed. We are now grouped, and we all of us have experienced all the rules and regulations, the procedures, and what have you. We really appreciate that, and we also put that into practice. We'll go back in our country. We'll put this thing into practice, so that the CLM will know their role, the AIB will know their role, and also the AB will also know their role. Without missing words, each and every one would do his part and leave the rest.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.